When I signed my deal, I felt pressure. Don't wanna see the numbers, I wanna see heaven. You say, could you write a song for me? I say, I'm sorry about you that I believe. When I go.
Hello guys, this is Anime Wizard 101 and I'm here with chapter 9 review of Toriko. And last time we left off with Coco scaring off that monster and actually talking to Toriko for a little bit about his full course meal, and that's actually how that chapter ended, and that's actually how this chapter begins. And in the beginning of the chapter we find out that Coco is actually one of the 4 kings like Toriko, and while they're pretty much talking about how freaking Komatsu's being like loud and obnoxious, the people from the town pretty much go out of their houses and they see Coco out there, and then we pretty much get to know that Coco is like some kind of like ladies man because all the ladies love him, as you can see in this panel right here. Sorry for the glare, you can see Coco right there surrounded by all these women. And I don't know, I feel like if I show you guys some panels of the actual chapter, it makes it feel more like it makes the review a little bit more lively somehow, and I don't know, I like doing it, so I think I'm gonna adapt that into my chapter reviews. So yeah, we see that Coco is like a ladies man, and then we have a funny panel where Toriko's like, he just grabs Coco like some kind of like toy, and then he tells the girls like, get away from him. You're like, Coco, tell us our fortunes, la la la. And then pretty much he just pushes them away, and they go to Coco's house, or to his place. And while they're walking to his place, they talk about Toriko asks him about Zebra or something like that, and then Coco tells him that yeah, Zebra went to the he got arrested and he went to Gourmet jail or something like that. Well, I'm guessing that's the name. What's it called? He says Gourmet prison. And after that, we see this. I'm gonna show you guys this big panel because it's a 2-page spread. We see Toriko right there, and Coco right there, and we can see some big guy right there on the back, and this other guy over here next to this beast with the long hair. So I'm guessing these are like the 4 Heavenly Kings, and they're pretty much talking about the old times and how they used to train together and all that stuff. And then they finally reach the end of the road, and then there's a cliff, and at the other there's like they reach the end of the cliff, and there's like a, I don't know how to call it, but pretend like there's like a water everywhere, and there's like an island separate by itself. I don't know how to explain it, but pretty much his house, Coco's house, is separate from the cliff, but there's no other way to get to it unless like you fly over to it, or there's a bridge, but there's no bridge. So Coco calls out for, he's like, kiss, and I think he blows his mouth. He whistles at him. It's like, kiss. And then we see this crow come down, and then pretty much he tells him that Toriko tells Coco that he thought that they were extinct, and he names them the Emperor Crow. So he calls this bird the Emperor Crow. So it looks pretty cool, pretty legit. So he flies them over to his place, and then they're eating. Again, Toriko, like, I don't know, every chapter so far he's always been eating some kind of food or whatever. And then he explains, Toriko tells him that he tells Coco about the puffer whale, and that they need his help because he can't prepare or catch the puffer whale by himself because he doesn't have the necessary skills to get rid of the poison sac, and Coco does, so that's why they're actually there, so they could like make some kind of become partners in this. And then Um, he explains, Coco explains that the puffer whale has like 2 milligrams of like poison in its sac, and then if you pop the sac by any like accident, like the whole puffer whale is like becomes a poison animal, so you can't even, it's unedible, so you can't eat it. So the way you have to do it is capture it without puncturing the poison sac and extract it very carefully. And then he says that to when people, I think, says like 100,000 people die from every 10 years because of the puffer whale, because people think that they can like get rid of the poison sac the right way, but they don't, and people eat it and they die pretty much. And then he says that it's gonna be, even with his help, it's gonna be really hard to actually capture it and prepare it the way it's supposed to be prepared. And Toriko doesn't care. He just wants Coco to be his partner in this because he believes in him. Sorry. And then we figure out that where they could capture the puffer whale is in the cavern lagoon. And pretty much, it's like it's like a tavern underneath like the sea floor, and there's like a bunch like an entrance, and there's like and then there's was like where's the cavern lagoon is located, and there's a bunch of labyrinths. Here's the way it looks. It's like the entrance right there in the bottom, and then there's like all those labyrinths right there, and so it's really hard to get into it. You know, get there, and then there's like another thing that Coco tells Toriko, and he says that the devil python is actually there, and he says that the devil python rivals that's the strength of a battle wolf, and he says that the battle wolf is actually one of the strongest animal of one of the strongest creatures of ancient times. So this is, I don't know what capture level this would be, but I'm guessing pretty high. But Toriko doesn't care. He just wants him to be his partner, and they're gonna go. And then Toriko tells Coco if he could read or foresee the death of himself and Komatsu. And I guess he doesn't, because he agrees to go with them. And then after that, we move in to the cavern lagoon entrance, and we see the two henchmen of Zonge running out of the cave, being chased by monsters. Monsters or just freaking animals and shit. And that's how the chapter ends. This chapter, we get to learn a lot of things. It was a really great chapter. I would have to rate, if I had to rate this chapter, I would rate it as a 4.5. We get to learn about the heavenly kings, how to prepare puffer whale, a lot of information on that. We learn about stuff about Coco and other stuff. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below about this chapter, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys with chapter 10. Peace out, you guys.